How you doing, everybody? It's John Somerville here, along with Stevie, Fivie. Delighted to be here to talk about our remix track for the compilation that's been put together based on Fraser's brilliant music. We're here with our drams. Got a nice fine wee brew laddie. Stevie, I don't know what you've got there.
A glass of red here, yeah, lovely.
Glass of red, very much in honour of Fraser and his high quality choice.
Fraser liked a wee glass of red and he also enjoyed the dram, I'm sure, so cheers.
Cheers. Now, we better get on with talking about this track that we've put together, but obviously first of all you can see that we're socially distanced according to current regulations. We'd have loved to have been in the same room at the same time, but hey ho, that's the way. And yeah, we're just really here to give you a wee introduction to this piece of music. I played with Fraser in a band back in the day called the Maverick Angels, along with Innes Watson and Kevin O'Neill, and we played at loads of different Isla festivals and things and had a great crack. And one of the things was we all kind of wrote a lot of music, but Fraser's music was a massive part of the band and featured on a couple of CDs that we created. And Stevie, actually, recently I think you did a bit of a kind of remix of a couple of our tracks as well.
Yeah, still work in progress. It's been over a long period of time, but yeah, there was one track of yours, John Diego's, that was on one of the albums, and I think it was Kev's tune Superfly. I think that was part of the Mavericks CD. So I've been working on these tracks for a long time, off and on, same boat as you, family is the priority, so it's been off and on for a long time, but yeah, I really want to get on with it and produce this album. It's called 5 AM Rise, and these tunes are going to hopefully feature on it.
Brilliant. So you've been working on that, and that's one of the big reasons why when this kind of offer of a commission came up, I just had to kind of get yourself involved. I got Stevie involved because you're kind of been working a lot with sort of electronic dance music, kind of producing lots of stuff with kind of beats, and I thought it'd be really great to hear Fraser's tunes kind of remixed with that sort of energy and vibe. And yeah, so we've obviously worked together in various different things. We play in a Ceilidh band together, but this is a wee bit different from the Ceilidh sound. So we've kind of drawn on lots of different influences, that we kind of love listening to a lot of dance music. Listen to kind of guys like, John Hopkins, and a bit of almost Gotan project kind of creeping into this track as well. The kind of accordion sounds, lots of effects. So if anybody's expecting anything traditional, it's not really that, is it, Stevie?
No, it's not really. Yeah, I think when you approached me to do this collab, I was absolutely delighted, because I've got connections with Fraser going way back as well. Teaching at the Fish, instantly connected with him. Being the piper, I'm a drummer, talking about pipe bands and all that sort of thing. So we kind of connected that way. Then there was the band. What was it? The Kings of Isla. We did a wee tour. And I was playing percussion on that, and that was just a bit of a shindig and doing wee gigs and stuff like that. So yeah, when you approached me to do this, I was well up for it, and then we kind of got our heads together and thought, well, let's go for a kind of vibey, down tempo electronica kind of vibe. So yeah, you mentioned John Hopkins and guys like Trent Moller, a big influence on this kind of track as well, and that kind of glitchy nature that's coming into it as well. They were trying to capture that. So yeah, really delighted with it, and it's came together. And especially with this kind of social distancing, it's not been like both of us in the same studio working. It's been kind of from house to house, but yeah, I think it's been good. It's been really good.
Aye, we've been kind of throwing it back and forth, haven't we? So yeah, and the tune itself is a tune called Perspex Ball, which is, for want of a better word, and a banging reel. It's got really high energy reel, and I remember Fraser always at 1 AM in the morning, he'd always, in the Port Charlotte Hotel, kind of come to life and fire up a big set of reels, take the whistle and just fire in. And this tune, I'm sure, was in there on several occasions. You know, he'd be sitting there, big glass of, you know, Port Charlotte's finest Albarino, or, you know, some fancy wine in front of him, and just, you know, would absolutely launch into a set of big reels. So I suppose we wanted to kind of distill a bit of that kind of energy and keep that in the melody of the tune. And we've played around a wee bit with the structure of the tune, and we've played around, we've taken fragments of the tune, and we've kind of added everything that's kind of synonymous with, you know, electronic music, a big bass line, some nice lively percussion and stuff. So it's been really good fun kind of trying to take someone else's melody and kind of, you know, bring it all together. So so we really hope you enjoy this. Stevie, anything else?
Yeah, just to sort of summarise the track itself. Yeah, just like, you know, echoing what you've been saying there. The kind of electronic side of things. I've been doing this for quite a long time, you know, under the kind of alias of S5E, which is a bit of crack that me and my college pal, it was a wee duo that were kind of working on. And I'm talking, you know, it wasn't yesterday, it was a wee while ago. And, you know, getting introduced to like samplers for the first time, and, you know, like the old Akai S2800s where you got like 5 or 6 seconds of a sample and you were delighted. You're just like, wow. So, you know, it's kind of came on a wee bit from there. And just fell in love with that idea of the really, really good producers that are really doing amazing things with electronic music. You get a lot of the mainstream stuff that I'm really not into, but the kind of underground stuff I'm a big fan of, and they do really interesting things, and I'm trying to get that across with this kind of remix. And as John says, we really hope that you like it, and I'm sure it might sound quite 90s even towards the end. There's a big sort of 90s ravey sort of section, you know, and it just kind of came out like that. But I'm sure Fraser would have been well up for a bit of 90s rave in his day, I'm sure.
I'm going to keep thinking that way anyway. So let's have a wee dram for Fraser, for the man himself. And we hope you enjoy this. This is Perspex Ball remixed.
Cheers, guys.